morning, everyone. Good morning. We'll start right on time. We expect the governor very soon. He's over at the pavilion right now. On behalf of NetZero Vermont, welcome and thank you for coming to help celebrate and announce the winning design, the Sustainable Montpelier 2030 Design Competition. It's a very happy day. We've put in a lot of work, and I'm just blown away at how much work we have in this gift to the city of Montpelier. NetZero Vermont's mission is to encourage people to adopt a shared vision for a sustainable future and to leverage the necessary resources to build model sustainable towns and cities across Vermont and beyond. In 2016, the NetZero board moved to advance initiatives to spark public awareness about the value of sustainable development in Vermont towns. And we began with the city of Montpelier, the smallest capital city in the U.S. And the purpose of NetZero Vermont's Sustainable Design Competition is to help the city achieve its carbon neutral goal by 2030. I'd like to now turn it over to my partner in crime, Dan Jones.
Thanks, Deb, and thank you all for coming. It's a real pleasure to be here today for this milestone in the journey to a sustainable future. While this competition started last summer, the whole initiative really began 2 years ago when the Montpelier Energy Advisory Committee helped guide the City Council to declare that our nation's smallest capital city was going to be net zero in carbon fuels by 2030. Now, while this was a wonderfully ambitious goal, we as a city had really no idea how to accomplish that. And of course, we weren't alone. Like energy committees all over the state, we wanted to help people change their energy use through efficiency efforts like weatherization and LED bulbs. But that wasn't really going to get us to the transition we needed. Well, also 2 years ago, I met Deb on a train ride that was promoting rail travel in Vermont. And we got talking about ways to create new ventures that could help the net zero transition. It soon became evident that to make a substantial change, we actually had to change the conversation. The gorilla in the room was our huge appetite for transportation. We were discovering that the nature of land use is directly related to energy use. Residents in Vermont, in the more rural areas, use twice the fossil fuel of those who live and work in the cities. Over the past 70 years, the more we Vermonters spread upon the landscape, the greater our total energy demand became. This spread upon the land also led to a hollowing out of our small central cities like Montpelier. Now you can take a look behind the buildings along State Street or over here, and what you see is parking lots. For Montpelier, this means that much of the most valuable real estate in town is providing virtually no tax benefit. The concept of sprawl is useful to understand here. Usually it's just applied to the big city suburbs, but it dominates our lives here in Vermont with rural sprawl. Over 50% of our state's energy use, carbon energy use, is devoted to transportation, and another 30% for heating those dispersed homes on the hillside. We're in danger of becoming a model of an unsustainable future. Meanwhile, our downtowns have been hollowed out to provide more parking. So to create a net zero future, we've got to reimagine our city in a way to overcome this land use challenge. Most of us tend to respond to opportunities rather than negative fear. Yeah, I'd rather have a pretty vision than telling me it's going to be awful. So we became at NetZero Vermont committed to creating a hopeful image of a more desirable future that could motivate folks to take a big job of building a new future. But how? Then I had a nice conversation with a friend who's in the design trade, and she suggested, this is the kind of thing you could actually have a competition around. Well, in July, we launched the Sustainable Montpelier 2030 Design Competition, inviting designers and architects to help imagine a desirable future. By the end of September, we had 20 entries literally from around the world, and it was around the world, included Japan, Iran, other places. Obviously, we'd struck a chord in the creative community. They wanted to use their talents to improve the world. So for several days in early October, we had a pop-up gallery on Main Street and attracted eager citizens who wanted to see what these interesting ideas might entail. Between public voting and a professional review panel, we sugared that field down to 5. This team of 5 went back to the drawing board and came up with a deeper, richer vision of their original entries, and those we've been considering for the past few weeks. On January 7th, next door in the pavilion, we had a big presentation from the 5 teams, and that was followed by a week of online voting. Now, Montpelier, like many communities, can be resistant to change. However, the hundreds of people that reviewed these designs provided overwhelming support for the idea that redevelopment of the land currently used for parking could lead to a significant improvement and increased value. Well, like 1,000 new dwelling units that would be more accessible and reduce vehicle use. Now, there's a lot to do to make this dream a reality, but today is a celebration. Today we celebrate the beginning of a new vision of a future that we can build together, an expansion of our wonderful city to make it even more fun to live in while being sustainable for the energy and climate challenges of the coming future. We recognize that the details of the designs are going to require many additional steps, including partnering with private sector developers, the city, and the state, which controls much of the property. But this effort is a start. Now, at this point, I was supposed to introduce the governor. He hasn't arrived yet, so I'm going to digress for a moment and thank the sponsors and supporters who made this possible, because it would not have been possible without the commitment of our sponsors and supporters. Now, there's not enough time to shout out all the volunteers, the board members, the community groups whose participation made this crucial. But I would like to make a special mention of those who provided the needed financial support and resources to help to get this to where we are today. So we have representatives of those organizations here, and I'd like to call out a few of them. From Vermont State Employees Credit Union, in the back there we have CEO Rob Miller with Simeon Chapin and Michelle LaPearl, the board member. We had a problem with scheduling, mixed schedule with our original speaker, which was the Allison Hooper from Vermont Creamery. Vermont Creamery was crucial. I want to thank them and Don Hooper of Vermont Creamery for of course, All Earth Renewables with David Blittersdorf. Really crucial. Now, Benny Jerry's, unfortunately, the entire management is away on a corporate retreat until tomorrow, so we only can thank them in words, and they were crucial for getting this, it started. Also, I wanted to say thanks to Orca Media. Orca provided extensive video production, which gave this a professional look way beyond its means. I mean that. And finally, one of our big corporate citizens that has sponsored this was National Life Group. And so I want to give a call out to Ross Knight and ask Beth Rusnock if she would come up and say a little bit about sponsoring this effort. Thank you, Beth.
Good morning. So it is a very exciting morning and exciting day here for all of us. It's not often that we have the opportunity to support an effort that's so clearly a win-win-win, a win for the city of Montpelier, for the people of Vermont, and for the environment, to visibly demonstrate a good corporate citizen in action. This project is right up our alley at National Life. We focused on sustainability for years. For example, we underwrite the commuter bus to Chittenden County. We have solar arrays on our roof and in our backyard that provide 15% of our campus's electricity. And we have a biomass boiler that burns renewable fuel from sustainably harvested local forests. We're also invested in Montpelier. We provide support to fund the Main Street Pocket Park, the Langdon Street Project, the State House skating rink, and even projects right here, to name a few. This NetZero project beautifully echoes our values to do good, be good, and make good in national life. We were so impressed with the creative and forward-thinking proposals that were submitted. They show a commitment to the future and to the thoughtful growth which we share. We at National Life are thrilled to make our hometown an innovative example of sustainability, not just for the rest of the state, but for the entire United States. Thanks to everyone who supported this project and to all of those who participated. We are very excited to see the outcomes. Thank you.
And just in time, I would like to thank Governor Phil Scott for being part of our celebration here. So thank you very much for coming. Please.
Thank you. Good morning. I'd like to thank you for inviting me to be here today, and congratulations to each of the design teams who participated in this competition. As some of you might know, I somewhat like competition, so this fits right in. I think we can all agree that strong communities are a big part of what makes Vermont such a special place to live, and whether we're talking about communities here in Montpelier or anywhere from Franklin to Bennington counties. Our sense of community and natural beauty offer a quality of life that can help draw people to our state to visit and to live. But we're here now, but we're people, and how they want to live and work has changed throughout the last couple of decades. When I was growing up, the American dream, for the most part, meant a white picket fence, a big family car, and a backyard. And growing up in Barrie, we had at least 2 out of the 3 of those. But today, more young professionals want to live where they work, eat, and shop. Families want to be near the best schools, even if that means trading a backyard for a neighborhood park. And people are swapping station wagons for bikes. I have a few of those as well. Adding to those quaint villages we're known for, we can continue to grow vibrant communities that meet 21st century lifestyles and business needs, integrating new ideas with our traditional sense of community. It can help in our efforts to attract and retain more of these young people and families that we so desperately need. And finding ways to achieve these goals while maintaining an affordable quality of life for Vermonters is critical as we explore these various opportunities. The Sustainable Montpelier 2030 Design Competition creates a vision of the type of small city that I believe could help attract and retain working-age people to Vermont. The ideas in the competition offer housing for all, art and open spaces for people of any age. And these are the types of fresh ideas that can grow our economy and attract the people we need to grow our tax base. I'm encouraged this design project also continues an important dialogue about affordable, renewable energy and transportation solutions. We need to capitalize on new technology to make renewable energy a functional part of our landscape and have local support as well. We need more walkable, bikeable communities suggested by many on the design teams. What this competition also demonstrated is that our business community have an interest in partnering on innovative solutions. We face some tough economic and demographic challenges, making public-private partnerships essential. This project demonstrates that working together, nonprofits, government, and business can inspire our community to develop a positive vision for its future. The kind of vibrant, livable, affordable community design ideas this competition inspired show how innovative we can be. So thank you to NetZero Vermont for starting this conversation. You've created a new model for stimulating citizen participation and inspiring neighbors to work together to build a future we can all look forward to. So thank you for having this, and thank you for having me as a part of this. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, and now I'd like to introduce the mayor of Montpelier, Mayor Holler.
Thank you, Governor, for your support for this project. Thank you all for being here, and a particular thanks for Dan Jones and Deborah Sachs for their incredible commitment to this really fascinating project that captivated the imagination of Montpelier residents. Montpelier is a firm commitment, or has a firm commitment to a net zero Montpelier, not just as an abstract concept, but a real and meaningful commitment to becoming a sustainable community. At its core, of course, net zero is about minimizing our carbon footprint and ensuring that all the energy that we use is either produced locally or offset by renewable sources. But what this project showed is that net zero really is about a lot more than that. It's about making better use of the enormous amount of land that we have in our community that's used for surface parking. It's about more housing, creating more population here in our community, which is going to make our Montpelier a more vibrant place, producing more economic activity, which benefits all of us. So in sum, making our community an even better place than it is right now. This has been really a fascinating process to watch with 20 really incredible and well thought out entries, 5 truly inspiring finalists, and then we're going to eager to find out the winner. But this brought out hundreds of Montpelier residents recently on a very cold Sunday afternoon to see the presentations and vote, and it really has generated a lot of interest. This is going to be a starting point for an engagement with the city, our planning department, and discussions with the state of Vermont. And Governor, we're really grateful for your interest in this, and we look forward to working with your staff on how we can create better use of our land, not just for the state, address the need, the legitimate, of course, needs that the state has for its property, but how we can together create a more vibrant community that achieves those goals of net zero and also meets the needs that the state has now. So I look forward to seeing the winner, and thank you for your hard work on this.
Okay, we're almost there. Now, it would be nice to have a drum roll or a sealed envelope to pull open. We're going to do with a simple smile and a big check. Before we do, however, there's a kind of a unique feature about this competition that has surprised and delighted us in ways that are actually impossible to measure. Sure, it was a competition for a prize and recognition, but it turns out all the entrants saw it as more of a mission. Each of our participating teams has gone out of their way to tell us how much they appreciated the chance to be part of this effort. This kind of design challenge is actually what they yearn for. Kind of why they got into the trade. And I want to mention this now because together we've created something unique. It's not just an architectural plan for a downtown development. It's really a model for imagining the kind of place we all want to live in and be near that can make us feel good not only about our lives but our lifestyles. After we hear from the winning team, we'll take a moment to honor the other competitors who mostly shown up knowing they did not win the big check, but together they've done an amazing feat of getting our capital city excited. Excited about the possibility of building a positive future. And they all want to stay involved, which I think is amazing. So, Deb? Yeah.
We're going to announce the winner?
We're going to announce the winner. Okay? And we're going to unveil the winner here, but...
the winner. And present the check.
Present the check.
The voters and the expert panel have spoken. It's Team Bridges.
Michael?
Michael, here we are.
Here.
Although everybody who's here today.
Oh, we got the whole team?
Some of them.
Okay. Come on in.
Yeah, come on in. Come on.
Where's Janet? Okay.
Oh, we got more.
Come on in.
Need a wider camera?
And this is only half the team.
Okay. Michael?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, thanks to NetZero Vermont for sponsoring and hosting this, to all the people that provided underwriting support, and to the residents of not just Montpelier, but what we call the Capital Corridor, the people that are going to be most affected by this vision. There are just a couple quick things. You heard more than enough from me a week ago, but that I do want to say today. First of all, we never really looked at this as a design competition. From the outset, everything that we did, we thought about, can this be implemented? How can it be implemented? Who are we going to have to work with to implement this? So the last thing that we wanted to accomplish was simply a pretty board that got filed away. And we're committed as a team to continuing to work with NetZero Vermont, with the state of Vermont, with the city of Montpelier, with other municipalities in the Capital Corridor to bring this vision to a reality. That work is going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to be challenging. So again, thanks to everyone, and it was a great experience for all of us.
Beth from National Life, did you drive down? Carpool. Okay. Soon you can take the gondola.
What's amazing about all of the team submissions is just the broad, big vision. And all of us in this room, I think, will get to work and make this happen. That's what's so exciting. And so I feel privileged to be part of this. And I'm happy that Team Bridges has a multi-town thinking on this. That's what it's going to take. It's not just Montpelier, but it's many of us working together. And so hopefully those towns will come in and work with us. So now I'd like to call up all of the other teams that we have. Steve Roy from Weeman Lanphier, Joel Page. I don't know if Greg from Gossens Tempton is here, but we would like to come up and recognize you. And there's been...
Oh, there's Aaron.
There's Aaron. Come on up. Come on up. The amount, like I waved all of those reports, the thousands of hours in this project and the donation of thousands of hours? Yes. We would like to recognize those and hope that this provides, and we can provide as NetZero Vermont, a forum for continued dialogue, picking and plucking all of the ideas from all of the teams to help make Montpelier what it wants to be. So with this, I'd like to give this back.
Oh, and we would also like to, because they actually suggested initially the idea of working on this, the team from White and Arup in Sweden, who had some transportation issues getting here today, but they were very excited again about being part of this and wanted to continue being involved with us going forward. So we're gratified that such talented people.
Oh, go ahead.
No, she's almost pushing me around.
Come here, stand so we can take a picture. No? All good?
Well, I'll just say one quick thing. We're really thankful to have been a part, and we see this as just the beginning of the conversation. The next steps are the critical steps to getting us to the next point in our net zero future. Thank you.
Okay, that's pretty much it except for questions. So we are going to allow, the only final thing I have to say, which everybody needs to understand, is as pleasurable as this is at the moment for having accomplished this, this is just the beginning. Now the work begins because we actually have a vision that people have bought into. It's no longer, words on a paper saying, wouldn't it be nice if we did this or that in the future? Oh, look, we can do something here. We can actually make this happen, and people who are in the building trades, for instance, might actually be able to look at this and say, oh yeah, that we could do. It is a real possibility that we have something that can go forward. So if you have any questions or comments or anything, we'd like to entertain them now.
Yes.
Nope. Okay. Okay? That's it. Thank you very much for coming.